Welcome back to Noise Pollution. Today we're going to be talking about Pixar. Yes, Pixar. Pixar's Elio flopped because forcing sexual ideology on kids always backfires. Yeah, it's kind of like stating the obvious, but it's not obvious for everyone apparently. Pixar's latest animated film, Elio, I guess is how you pronounce it. I don't really keep up with them, but Elio has become a cautionary tale for Hollywood studios that continue to ignore the values and concerns of their core audience. The film's disappointing 20.8 million domestic opening, the lowest in Pixar's history, comes after a troubled production marked by internal disputes over the inclusion of sexual themes in a movie aimed at children. Ooh, I get so sick of that. Oh, why must they put sex in kids stuff, the books, the movies, the cartoons? Why? And they're like, we're not after your kids. No, really. No, okay, then we're gonna make it for you illegal for you to. And they're like, you can't do that.
That should be nowhere in children's movies. I don't even like to see it in adults' movies.
Yeah, I know. I
mean, but that's just me.
Pixar CEO Pete Docter made the decision to remove gay-coded elements from Elio. Should never been in it. A move that mirrored changes made to previous Pixar films like Lightyear, Luca, and Inside Out 2. These changes reportedly led to the departure of both the film's original director, Adrian Molina, and actress America Ferrera. I don't know how that's. How would you say Ferrera? How?
Ferrera.
Okay. Okay. Ferrera, who was set to play Elio's mom, parted ways with the film after having already recorded dialogue. A source to THR claimed Ferrera exited after Molina's departure as she was upset that there was no longer Latinx. Latinx. What the hell? Latinx. That sounds like a metal. You throw a piece of metal. Latinx.
Yeah.
Anyway, Latinx representation in the leadership. So I guess this Molina, he was Latina, however you say it, right? And when he left, it was like, no, we can't have anybody else leading this. I'm out. Oh, fucking retarded. Much of Elio was reworked under new co-directors. The production of the first version of the film, that studio leaders were constantly sanding down these moments in the film that alluded to Elio's sexuality of being queer. Okay, look, you are gay.
Yeah.
Did you grow up with everything queer coded or wish that it were?
No. Oh no, I didn't. And it was like I liked what I liked, but my preference never came into play when.
I mean, like you were never playing with a Barbie, going, "I wish they made a queer Barbie."
Yeah, I mean, it never came up, just it never did. And I think me being gay, I think this kind of stuff here is terrible. It's beyond stupid.
They should not be introducing children to these concepts, gay, straight, whatever they may be becoming. That's something they should find out on their own, not be introduced to and think, well, maybe I am, maybe I can be that, and then find out they're not. And but the world's saying, we embrace you now, you're part of our community now, and then they feel all accepted and loved, and then they're like, I'm not really like this one day, right? And then they're like, something, I hate all that shit now, because it was like a cult that I felt like I was kind of pushed into. And it all started when I was watching these movies that were saying, you can be gay, you can this, you can that.
Yeah.
You don't, that would be like making a drug and alcohol movie for children, and they're like, maybe I should try it.
Yeah. Well,
When they're an addict and and junkies, they're like, I wish I never touched this stuff. Or you get what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah.
whenever you logic it out, you do not come to a good outcome.
Well, children, when they're real young, they don't understand any of that stuff anyway. It's not until they hit puberty where they get to thinking, where they show preference to one sex or the other, or the same sex. They don't get that until puberty. And let me tell you
Well,
something.
I have seen some that do, but in my own experience, I can't speak for everyone. Those kids were messed with,
Yeah. But the thing
which
is
which made them have a early puberty. It engaged their sexuality too soon, and mentally starts mentally because they had that happen to them, and then they're really confused about what's going on with their body and what they're wanting.
yeah, they don't understand. But if if a child hits puberty naturally, they know pretty damn quick which gender they're more attracted to. They know.
Well, okay, for me, I never had any of that. Nobody messed with me or nothing like that. But I remember my first attraction to females when I was 7. Of course, full puberty didn't happen for a few years, but it kind of started then.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So, I mean, yeah, I knew real quick.
yeah. I didn't have any issues and I knew pretty damn quick. Yeah, I like women. So nobody had to tell me any damn thing. I just kind of knew it anyway.
Yeah,
But
and
that's
now you
just
don't you don't choose all of your media to go. It's got to have lesbians, right?
no, I hate that, because I want the option. I want to choose for myself. And I don't like seeing that in the movies. I just don't. I mean, it can be hinted at, but full
Well,
on,
well, you can have now and then some of that, as long as it's not heavily introduced, where it's clearly propaganda and it fully integrates in the story, and is not like now where everybody's gay everywhere and we can't tell you enough. We can't preach hard enough about gayness.
yeah, or
Okay.
transgender.
Yeah, and the whole gambit of it. But Molina, who is openly gay, had originally envisioned Elio as queer-coded character. Yeah, too many self inserts happening these days, uh, figuratively and literally. But anyway, even though the character is only 11 years old, what the fuck? The film includes references to fashion and pictures of a possible male crush in Elio's bedroom, but after negative test screenings and pushbacks from executives, these elements were removed and Molina left the project.
Good.
The problem is they started this from the ground up as a gay, queer coded, heavily leaning, or more than leaning, and then they're like, "Uh-oh, this isn't working," and then they tried to take those elements out. Yeah, I mean, if they had went forward with this, let's say wokeness, it would have failed. But seeing as how they started from the ground up with that in mind, it failed anyway. So, yeah, here's some comments on it. The only industry where customer demand doesn't dictate product direction. Uh, Not anymore. Now it seems to be all industry. It's like, you don't like it, it's your fault, not ours. We did everything right. It's your fault. They probably just shouldn't let gay people have a say in these decisions in the first place, because they, invariably make the movies about being gay, which nobody really wants to watch. I would say a gay person can write a story. They can, do voice acting. They can do all that as long as they don't make it identity politics. As long as they don't, their whole being isn't their sexual identity.
The
That's
minute
where the problem comes in.
the minute you put identity politics into anything, it ruins it.
I don't see why more people don't call it out at its source, identity politics. Not like, oh, we must rid the world of gays. No, that's nonsense. Identity politics. You are not your gender or your orientation, and you don't have to make everything about it. Why are you doing that? As a straight person, I'm not doing that. I don't like start my show going, welcome to noise pollution, where I am so straight and we only have straight stuff. That's retarded.
So if you have to have, if your whole identity is what you're attracted to, and that's it, that's all you got going for you, you need to take a step back and reevaluate your existence. Because if your whole existence is about what you're attracted to, then something is very, very wrong.
Then you have a mental disorder.
Yeah.
Why are gay adults queer coding to other people's children in movies? They nailed it.
Yeah.
They nailed it. Yeah. Why? It sounds like some deviant behavior. That sounds like something they should be on a list for, that they have to report to all their neighbors saying what they are, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't, I know I've said this before, but I've said in the past that I feel like the LGBTQ community is coming for everybody's children.
They kind of are. Now, there's gay people who aren't part of that community. And good, great. I mean, be gay. You don't have to make it your identity and join a cult. Oh, the gay child movie didn't play with audiences. How surprising. If they were left with nothing when the queerness was cut, was it ever really about anything besides queerness? Again, that was perfect. That, hammer and nail, right? They hit it right on the head there. The backlash from parents and audiences has been clear. They do not want to see sexuality of any kind inserted into stories about children. That's right. Not like a strong overtone of straight, because that would be silly. And not a strong overtone of gay, or, trans or what have you. I can't believe I have to say this.
Evidently you do.
Okay. 20 years ago, they would have locked people up for this. No one would have stood for this 20 years ago. What happened? What
I don't know.
fuck happened?
I mean, children, let kids be kids for as long as possible. The world's hard enough as it is without them pushing this crap onto them.
They don't reproduce. They have to recruit. Protect your kids, everyone. That's right. The mass majority of them do not reproduce, and they want their movement to continue. Guess how they're going to do that?
Well, I'm gay, and I'm not part of that community because I think that community is full of idiots.
Deviants.
Yeah.
To put a soft word to it. The company's internal LGBTQ group, Pixar. Well, there's your problem right there. No company should have their own pride group of any kind.
That's very
true. Back in the day, you had your pride groups that was about white pride, and that was always, in modern times frowned upon. Why is it not when it's the opposite? Why is it not when it's about orientation? I can't believe I'm having to say this. I'm old enough to remember a whole different world. One day I just looked around and went, What 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 the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I know.
Disney and Pixar continue to struggle at the box office as a direct result of their refusal to listen to the concerns of their viewers. The problem is they have so much money to burn through and so many idiots running things out. They basically they said this is the end thing. This is what we do. Hire all the writers and all the artists who are this pride group and that pride group and everything under the woke umbrella. And now they're running the show, whether it be movies or video games or software. They've let the inmates of the insane asylum run the asylum. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know if
Yeah.
inmates is the right word, but you get my point. So yeah, that's all I have to say on this. Till next time, we're out.